The 2024 Miss Tourism International event, a prestigious global celebration of culture, beauty, and diplomacy, took an unexpected turn when Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, became the center of a storm of controversy. The former actress and royal, known for her polarizing public appearances, found herself facing an unrelenting wave of boos, heckling, and public disdain as she stepped onto the event stage. What should have been a glamorous evening quickly unraveled into chaos, as her shocking actions and perceived self-centered motives left attendees and millions watching around the world in disbelief. Meghan Markle's entry into the Miss Tourism International Gala, held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, was nothing short of theatrical. Dressed in an extravagant outfit reportedly costing upwards of $100,000, her arrival was accompanied by a long entourage and an air of grandeur that left many questioning her intentions. Rather than adopting a modest approach for an event that celebrates cultural unity and respect, Meghan's entrance was seen as an attempt to steal the spotlight from the contestants, many of whom had spent months preparing for their moment in the limelight. Eyewitnesses reported that Meghan's grand entrance was accompanied by an unscheduled speech, where she hijacked the stage to deliver what many described as a self-congratulatory monologue about her charitable work and struggles as a royal. This impromptu move, which disrupted the event's tightly planned schedule, was met with immediate disapproval. Boos rang out from the audience, and several attendees were seen shaking their heads in disbelief. Social media quickly exploded, with hashtags like #MeghanGate and #MissTourismDrama trending worldwide within hours. Critics argue that Meghan Markle's actions at the event were yet another example of her alleged pattern of attention-seeking and self-promotion. The Miss Tourism International event, which prides itself on celebrating the cultures and achievements of its contestants, was overshadowed by Meghan's decision to place herself at the center of the evening. Many attendees felt that her appearance was less about supporting the cause and more about advancing her personal narrative. Royal commentator Angela Levin didn't mince words when she commented on the incident, "This is classic Meghan. She has this uncanny ability to make everything about herself, no matter the setting." This was supposed to be a celebration of young women representing their countries, yet Meghan turned it into a platform for her own agenda. Levin's remarks were echoed by several other experts, who agreed that Meghan's actions were not just inappropriate but deeply disrespectful to the contestants and organizers. The content of Meghan's speech only added fuel to the fire. Instead of focusing on the themes of tourism, cultural exchange, or the importance of diplomacy, Meghan reportedly veered into territory that many found self-serving. She spoke at length about her struggles with fame, her departure from royal duties, and her ongoing efforts to redefine what it means to be a modern woman. While these topics might resonate in other contexts, they were widely criticized as being out of place at an event meant to celebrate others. What particularly irked attendees was Meghan's assertion that she understood the struggles of the contestants because she, too, had faced hardships as a woman in the public eye. This statement was perceived as tone-deaf, given her privileged background and immense wealth. "It was insulting," said one anonymous contestant. "We've worked hard to represent our countries, and she made it all about herself. It felt like she was diminishing our efforts." The public's reaction to the incident was swift and unforgiving. Social media platforms were flooded with criticism, memes, and heated debates about Meghan's behavior. Many users accused her of turning a meaningful event into a spectacle, while others questioned why she had been invited in the first place. "This was supposed to be a night for these young women," wrote one Twitter user. "Meghan made it the Meghan Markle show, as usual." Even fans who have previously supported Meghan found it difficult to defend her actions. "I've always admired her for speaking her truth," commented a former supporter on Instagram. "But this was not the time or place. She completely disrespected the contestants and the event's purpose." The organizers of Miss Tourism International have yet to release an official statement about the incident, but sources close to the event have described the atmosphere backstage as tense and chaotic. Several contestants reportedly expressed their frustration, with one delegate from Europe allegedly saying, "We felt robbed. This was supposed to be our moment, and she took it away from us." A member of the event's planning committee, speaking on condition of anonymity, revealed that Meghan's speech was not part of the official program. "We were blindsided," the source said. "She insisted on speaking, and we didn't want to cause a scene, but it completely derailed the evening. It was a disaster." For many, the Miss Tourism International debacle is just the latest in a series of controversies surrounding Meghan Markle. Critics have pointed to a pattern of behavior that they claim shows a disregard for tradition, protocol, and the feelings of others. From her highly publicized departure from the British royal family to her tell-all interviews and Netflix documentaries, Meghan has frequently been accused of prioritizing her own narrative over the greater good. Royal historian Hugo Vickers drew parallels between Meghan's actions at the event and her previous controversies. This isn't an isolated incident. Meghan has a history of making everything about herself, often at the expense of others. Whether it's within the royal family or on a global stage, she seems to have a knack for creating drama wherever she goes. Despite the overwhelming backlash, Meghan still has her defenders. Some argue that the criticism she faces is rooted in sexism and racism, with detractors unfairly targeting her because of her biracial heritage and outspoken nature. Meghan's fans have pointed out that her speech at the event was likely intended to inspire and empower the contestants, not overshadow them. However, even her most ardent supporters have struggled to justify her decision to speak without prior approval or her apparent lack of sensitivity to the event's purpose. "I'm a fan, but I can't defend this," admitted one Twitter user. "She should have read the room." As the dust settles, the fallout from the Miss Tourism International incident continues to grow. Public relations experts have warned that this latest controversy could further damage Meghan's already divided public image. "This was a major misstep," said PR analyst Mark Stevens. "Her brand is built on empowerment and authenticity, but this episode has made her come across as out of touch and self-serving." Meanwhile, calls for an apology have grown louder. Many believe that Meghan owes the contestants and organizers an explanation for her actions, though it remains unclear whether she will address the incident publicly. The 2024 Miss Tourism International event was supposed to be a celebration of unity and cultural exchange, but Meghan Markle's controversial appearance turned it into one of the most talked-about scandals of the year. Her actions have reignited debates about her character, intentions, and place in the public eye. While some continue to defend her, the overwhelming consensus is that Meghan's behavior at the event was inappropriate and disrespectful. As the world watches to see how she responds to the backlash, one thing is certain: Meghan Markle remains one of the most polarizing figures of our time, capable of igniting fierce debate and controversy wherever she goes. Whether this latest incident will mark a turning point in her public image or simply add to her growing list of detractors remains to be seen.